Ari, hella effortless. DMV Slayer, bitch. Revenge through bars. I was loose, had to tighten up. Shut the dark days, had to brighten up. Curry heavy burdens, had to lighten up. New friends, give a oh fuck. Had to get it on my own, but I'm selfless. Bitches in the tail shellfish. Saying they helping, they really selfish. Trying to play on your intelligence. When you relevant, that's how they do. Saying that you, they contribute. Always stay clear, that attribute. Not a part of every attitude. When it comes to rules, play by them all. You can bend a little bit. Get caught, do the bid. Get ahead, fuck a pig. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Beat it up, get the wealth. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Beat it up, get the wealth. Stepping out of the late night, if it's raining, get an umbrella. If he pulled up in a nice car, most times that's a broke nigga. Overcompensating and he ain't got it, my eyes never got big. These young bitches wouldn't know $1 if it pop up the pussy and shot on their leg. Nigga, what you gon' do for this head? Cause I like to think a lot. Like a dealership, need a down payment before we pull over the lot. Reaching this pocket and pull out a knot. Peeled off and I ain't looking sharp. Got composure like a pianist. He ain't even put the D in this. Bag him like he put the T in this. Tennis bracelet, that's diamonds. Cherry pop, that's a hymen. Knock me off balance, I need an alignment. Nigga drugged up, Frankie Lyman. A fool and he falling for love. I'm a boss bitch and an introvert. Ain't looking for none of the above. Time flying like doves. Everybody trying to catch up, but ain't trying to give nothing up. Sacrificial like a lamb, game plan going ham. Blocking spam like a damn. Excuse me, man, can't think of your name right offhand. Need to get off my land, you off brain. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Beat it up, get the wealth. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Beat it up, get the wealth. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Beat it up, get the wealth. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Beat it up, get the wealth. Stand alone on a pedestal, using lessons as a footstool. Take a hatred, using it for fuel. Ride his back, treat him like a mule. Teach him how to carry water, show him how to keep order. Watch him on first quarter, let him go, let him go. Better be back in the morning. Bring it in like a shipment, never cause an infringement. Picture 10, he indigenous. Changing, I'm leaving deciduous. Insidious, how you crafty hoes try to dig a hole in another soul when your own soul ain't hoe. Rolling dolo, back on the road. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself, beat it up, get the wealth. Get the block to myself, get the block to myself. Get the block to myself, beat it up, get the wealth. On another note, got good throat, pussy pulling out like a tugboat. Toot, I'm just docking in. It's your ship, are you clocking in? Breast perky sitting like a hen. Thanksgiving wouldn't even matter, ain't no turkey sitting on my platter. No job shit, no punk bitch when I'm climbing ladders. Only solid people under me, 10 toes only on my feet. Put them down when I take a lead. When it's time to eat, do whatever I can. Not thinking about opinions from man. When I was down, who put out a hand? When I was down, who put out a hand? Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Beat it up. Get the wealth. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Get the block to myself. Beat it up. Get the wealth.
Yo, you already know who it is. It's your boy Prophet Pete, and this is Prophet Radio, and we here on WEMS every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m., bringing you all the hot independent music, hot topics, money, life, love, and music. So you heard we here today, and unfortunately, my guest couldn't make it here today. Family emergency, but we're going to be playing her music tonight. And that's Ariella Effortless. And you just heard that joint that I just played. And we got a few more for you tonight. And it's going to be dope. And we don't forget to make sure you tune in at the 7 o'clock hour. Because the 7 o'clock hour is the ear to the street segment. Straight new heat. We're going to give a little critique on it. Let you know what we think here on WEMS Radio. And then we're going to keep pushing. Now, as you know, it is Black History Month. It is also, we're going to acquit Donald Trump month on all the stuff that he admittedly did. But right now, the way Congress and all those higher up offices are set up, it's a blood and crip thing going on. It is a red versus blue. It is, I don't care if he's wrong, I'm going to stay true to you because they're trying to protect the presidency instead of being individuals and representing what they took oath to do, which is protect the United States of America from threats, foreign and domestic. You heard? So, it being Black History Month, I want to talk to all my people out there. All right. Black History Month, for some people, tends to be the month where they complain about all the things that are done or have been done to us as people. And unfortunately, yes, we have been run through the mills. We have been beaten. We have been separated from our families. We have been oppressed. We have been a lot of things. But the narrative now should be changing because we have the power to do so. Although things are not 100% perfect, we can't sit there and complain about these things and not do anything about it. Because if you want to sit there and complain, talking about why is it Black History is celebrated during the shortest month of the year. You know why? Because you guys didn't decide to sign a petition and say we want Black History, the Black History Month celebration moved to a month with 31 days instead of 28. But you want to sit there and complain about it. Stop complaining. Do something about it. You want to sit there and boycott Gucci and do all these other things, but something that has more meaning to our people, all you want to do is sit there and complain about it. Remember, there's a lot of things in this world that us as Black African American people have accomplished in this world that we don't get credit for. And some of the most life-altering events were performed by us. We are powerful, but we can only be as powerful as our weakest link. So do me a favor, weak link. Step your game up. Level up. Stop being that crab in that barrel. Stop giving excuses for your mediocre behavior. And you already know it's going to be one of those days because I'm going in on everybody today.
Business bad? Fuck you, pay me. Oh, you had a fire? Fuck you, pay me. Place got hit by lightning, huh? Fuck you, pay me.
You heard that, right? That's what we're doing today. That's the type of timing I'm on. Because
as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
I'm telling you, that's just the way that it is. So, on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to get back to it. And we're going to talk about some more stuff. We're going to talk about this holiday that's coming up called Valentine's Day. Because the closer it gets, the more information I get on this wonderful holiday that was created for whatever reason it was created for. Guess it had good intentions, but now it done elevated to a whole nother level. And we're going to talk about that real quick. Because Valentine's Day is followed by one holiday, and it actually proceeds another. So we're going to talk about that. And if you didn't know, you're going to learn today, y'all. Because it is actually about to go down. Now, shout out to my man Notes 82. We about to play that backpack remix. Or book bag remix, I'm sorry. Book bag remix. He got some dope artists on there on his remix. He has a very unique sound, but a classic sound. One that you'll never forget. All right, Notes 82, y'all. Book bag part 2.
I got it all in my boogie. I got it all. So what you need, what you want? Yeah, I
getting what they want, no capping. Got these niggas lost in the rapture. Lyrical assassins. Now your man's hooked up, calling for the Lord. You waiting for the drip of the plasma. I move different, so you never figure me out. I tell a hater, put a dick in his mouth. High carb, talk bread, then the bitches and route. With these niggas out here, put a grip to your snout. So gifted, always stay real, never shifted. Always on my grind, so I put my time in it. These bars hard, like straight shots with lime in it. Rap niggas biting these styles that I shit it. If I gotta pull up, then you know I'm giving them lead. Don't care about how you try, you beg. You be lucky if you make it out walking the peg. In this book bag is where you stuff in your head.
It's in the bag like a nerd who shoot the school up. A free lunch baby, but with these bars I done grew up. Schoolyard had shootouts, nigga. We ain't play on it. You was the man if your Jan Sport had the strings on it. That clout chasing and trolling, I ain't with that. In my era, you had to grip up and get your get back. If she was a bad bitch, then somebody was gon' hit that. You niggas ask your beauty tips, where she get her kicks at? School of hard knocks, but my city ball, these boys connect bricks. I ain't talking about a Trump wall. Niggas is nice herbs, get a pen and write words. Yeah, you got drip, but what's water to an iceberg? Penn Stella, top tier, I'm first. In the hood, I'm DOL, get your family work. Fuck a pat on the back, that's how your wife get birthed. Show me the king, I snatch the crown and put him in dirt. I got it all. Check. Everywhere I go, everybody wanna know why I got my book bag with me anywhere I go. No mad lifestyle, me no mad when they ask how I plan to change the game, cause it's simple, take the trash out. Pretty women make me cash out, so you know I gotta keep a couple dollars in the stash pouch. Flask full of yak and a pack full of pre-rolls. Touch what ain't yours, head crack, no CeeLo. Keep it a C-note till I'm blue in the face. No need to rush, I only move at this pace. I'm thinking long term, from the mud to cement in my place. I'm on the grades, I'm reserving my space. I'm thinking long term. I got a taste of what it's like to be respected by peers. Had a moment left me frozen, but the message was clear. I got it all, but the hunger remains, so I remain on a mission to make sure that they remember the name. It's
I acquired the knowledge, put it in the books, cause they said that's the place that you wouldn't look. Didn't believe, so I created bars and took some elements from Curtis Blow to Run DMC. Cool Herc is hip hop to me. Let's talk about Busy B and the Treacherous 3. Rocksteady crew, graffiti on trains, belt buckles with your name. When it wasn't the fame, you couldn't be lame. It was about your talent, and biting was lame, or you had to stay silent. You couldn't step in a cipher if your shit wasn't hitting. If your scratches wasn't precise, you wouldn't fit in. I got it wrapped in my backpack. You gotta kill me first if you want it back. I'm ready to attack those who consistently slack. It's my duty as an elder to show you where you're lacking fat.
Sony CD player in the Jan Sport. Composition with the pencil while in transport. Writing more than arts and crafts, it's a hand sport. Got a spar, buff a ball, let the hands talk. Win and lose some, no pain, no gain. Youngin' by the stove, man, I used to cook on low flame. Started going insane, now I'm here, Rogaine. Blackboard ball, so you know I'm writing cocaine. Kingsborough bread, been fresh with the book bag. Not talking designer, I was fresh with the book bag. Middle school pushing, we was cool, I just took half. Mama raised me right, not trying to make her look bad. Pen saved my life, got me focused on the right when I write. Just to give you a glimpse or a sight to what I'm seeing. Trying to give you the facts, cause anytime I'm at bat, I'm like Felix the Cat. I got it all. In my boogie book bag, my boogie book bag. I got it all in my boogie book bag, my boogie book bag. I got it all in my boogie book bag. I got it, my boogie book bag. We're talking about shit. No, what up? I got a million worth of rhymes in my book bag. I be serving all these niggas like it's cooked crack. It's like Jenga every time I make a new stack. I put my all into this shit and never look back. The definition of ambition is right in your face. I'm the equivalent of Usain winning the race. I'm fourth quarter, 4 seconds left, LeBron James. Trailblaze, shoot my shot any place. Guess I'm Dame. I'm on point blank range. The point person with point precision. It's pointless to think that you'd even get it. Your boy still at large, no touching my catalog. I go hard, push more bars than prison guards. Climbing to the top, I keep my head low. And your baby mama want the death stroke. I'ma keep on doing what I want to. Shit, I'ma keep on moving like a goat do.
Listen, I'm as sick as it gets with the mic, I admit it. Rhymes should be admitted in the goddamn clinic. I roll on the floor like a goddamn civic, while you roll on the floor like a goddamn kitten. You get it? You pussy, vagina monologuing. I stand middle finger up, hands on my balls, and you don't stand for shit. Nigga, you stalling. I breeze through this rap game, nigga, you falling. Like a poker game, dog, I'm all in. What you thinking? Look to God, better call him. Cause I don't hypnotize, I hypnotize with shifty eyes. Niggas looking at me like, damn man, I wish he died. But if I do, my lyrics will kill you and have your whole body all grimy like mildew. When I'm in the hood, I start forest fires like I live to the wood, man. You know it's all good, I got it all. In my boogie bag, my boogie bag. I got it all
In my boogie bag, my boogie bag.
I got it all in my boogie bag.
Notes 82, y'all.
All in my boogie
Book bag remix. Heard here, WEMS Radio.
You are tuned in to Private Radio with your host, Private Pete. You are tuned in to WEMS Radio, where we are bringing light back to the industry.
Now, you already know we're bringing life back to the industry because you tune in every week. We got the new hotness where you don't hear it on mainstream radio. And people get so caught up in names and labels and clout that they sit there and they focus on these mainstream areas that are no longer mainstream. You know, it reminds me of that word minority when it comes to us as people. And we sit there and we chase the majors. And the majors are definitely confined with their reach. FM radio, they're heard within a certain range. They have a certain frequency. They're heard by X amount of people. They're able to monopolize and materialize whatever they're doing in that area. But here at WEMS, we're not just confined to one geographical era or area. We are worldwide. You get to hear us everywhere. So you chasing those majors, but these minors is hitting home runs and performing better than these majors. So stop playing that game that y'all be playing and trying to chase that clout by riding the coattail of celebrities that put in work way before you, and your work ethic is not even like that. I'm just saying. So all I'm gonna say is this. Everybody wanna be a boss to a real boss walk in the room. So, for all you people out there trying to say that you a boss and you make money moves, stop focusing on that little $20 or $30, or even if you actually getting any money for doing what you do. And let me know when you start getting wire transfers, because that's real boss move.
Business bad? Fuck you, pay me. Oh, you had a fire? Fuck you, pay me. Place got hit by lightning, huh? Fuck you, pay me.
You heard that? So, I take wire transfers. I take Cash App. I take all those other things. So just make sure that you pay me when you're supposed to. Otherwise, I'm going to expose you. I got little bars for you today. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, yeah, I'm talking about you. Yo, it is Wednesday and it is February 5th, and we popping off here at Prophet Radio, WEMS Radio. You here with your boy Prophet Pete, that come from the city that never sleep. I'm going to get my bag with you or without you. So if you want to ride on this train, I think you're about to take a trip off the side of the train while we moving. Because, boy, I stay steady moving. Pew! Shout out to Steady Moving Inc. That was the first corporation I ever started back in 2007. I've been doing this for a long time, real time. Shout out to Auto Tech for Rent. Shout out to all the wonderful people that I've ever dealt with. And soon, we're going to have automotive minutes for you on Profit Radio. So even if you could be driving a hoopty or driving that foreign, but I'm going to tell you some shit that is never going to get boring because it's information you need to know. You heard? And it's 9 days until Valentine's Day. Right? Which I find to be cute. But as I gather more information about the holiday, it is a little saddening that February 13th, they don't celebrate Valentine's Day, obviously, because it's on the 14th. But you have Galentine's Day. So, when I did get the information about Galentine's Day, and I could be saying it wrong, I could be saying it right, really doesn't matter. It's one of those made up things. And Galentine's Day is basically a bunch of girls that are single that get together and they hang out and they kind of celebrate their loneliness prior to the day of love, aka Valentine's Day, February 14th. Now, ladies, I want to talk to you and let you know something. There's a reason why you are alone on Valentine's Day. And it is because you are hanging out with a lot of the bitter women that can't find a man, and misery loves company. So they want you to sit with them the day before, have a man bashing session, or a significant other session, or a it could have been me session. And then they co-sign all your negative bullshit behavior. Sometimes you got to separate yourself and stop playing in the sandbox with people that are so damaged that they'll never be in a relationship and they want to give you advice. Because there are a lot of women out there, a lot of people in general, that haven't been through what you've been through, lived what you lived through, or growing up, they were so damaged by living in a single parent household, by one parent not being around, by things that they saw in the home, by relationships they had outside their house. And they carried it and they never let it go. And now they're adults. And now they're trying to take their perspective on love and life and implement it on you. So now you become their anti-love flunky. Instead of taking the reins of love for yourself and creating your own situation. And I'm only saying this because I care. Prophet Pete at WEMS Radio cares about love and cares about women and men and want to see them grow and be happy. But if you don't, then, hey, that's on you. I'm just trying to give a little bit of advice. Right? It is what it is. Now, we got February 14th. We all know what February 14th is. We all know. But it has been brought to my attention that February 15th is National Side Chick Day. So, not only did the side chick hang out with the girls on the 13th, she wanted her own day because she couldn't be the main chick. And it's okay with that. I'm sorry. If you're accepting mediocre behavior, You are in the wrong situation, ladies. You definitely are. If you are accepting National Side Chick Day, you have to look in the mirror and understand why National Side Chick Day came about. Pay attention more to your worth. And stop letting these fuck boys dictate how you love yourself. Because yes, there are a lot more women in this world than there are men. And yes, the ratio was off. And yes, I get all the logistics behind it. Yes, I get it. But not every man you come across is the right man. So, you gotta learn how to let go and let live so that you can get love at your own crib and not at his mama's house. Get what I'm saying? So, on that note, I got some songs I want to drop for y'all. I got a couple more. I got a lot of indie artists that I'm going to be playing tonight. And that's every night that I'm on air. I support indie artists. Their music hits harder. Their music is more passionate. Their music is not controlled by the labels. You get what I'm saying? When you hear their music, you feel their music. You feel their pain. You feel their passion. So let's get it, y'all. What we gonna get into right now? Yo, I got my man Elijah Van Gogh, which he's gonna be pulling up in the near future, and we gonna be popping off. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the spot. We got our rap cipher tomorrow. We got 3 dope artists in the building. And they going to be laying it down, putting it down. And you already know we got the gold mics in here. So you got to bring your hot shit. If you ain't popping, we stopping. So you don't want the music to get cut off. You don't want to hear the... You don't want that. So we going to do this shit right. You already know. Here we go. Elijah Van Gogh. I heard.
Say I heard you a rapper again. But I heard you was singing. Heard I was what? Say I heard you a rapper again. But ain't you a singer? Ain't I a what? Say I heard you a rapper again. But what was you thinking? Say I heard you a rapper again. But what was you drinking? What was I what? Rapping circles around niggas for years. Fuck on these niggas my peers. Most these hoes just told me the truth. Cause I'm born like I'm Paul Pierce. Ain't no need for wearing a bulletproof. Cause I'm out just aiming for heads. Your decisions, you choose what you wanna do. They Frank Lucas, they talking to feds. Let me watch how I talk to you niggas. Cause these rumors got me on the edge. On the real, can I fuck with you niggas? All these fake rappers finna be dead. Give a fuck if I came up with niggas. Fuck you niggas, I said what I said. Oh, I heard you feeling some kind of way. We can handle it different instead. If you want to, I'm coming through right away. Better pray and just hope you see brighter days. Oh, you thought I was playing, well not today. Bodies found on the floor with that yellow tape. I always do what I wanna do. You only do what you can do. I'm always putting my team on. You following what your man do. I'm on the road to get rich. Yes, believe it, I plan to. Ain't no book that how they get rich. But you saying you reading the manual. He said, she said, she said, he said, nigga, this gossip. How can they expect that they come from hoes? But these niggas been working for bossing. Slow money, roll money, yes, but slow, but still making progress. Came from the bottom when you catch your body, and that shit is hard to digest. Came from a body with red tops and yellow tops, was so on the projects. Came from the bottom where niggas say whether or not if you making progress. Say I heard you a rapper again. But I heard you was saying, you heard I was what? Say I heard you a rapper again. But ain't you a singer? Ain't I a what? Say I heard you a rapper again. But what was you thinking? Say I heard you a rapper again. But what was you drinking? What was I? Niggas saying cause now I could do them both. I done showed them now hoes wanna play me close. Frontin' fake niggas always gon' do the most. But you thinking a nigga don't keep it close. I could rap, I could sing, but they don't know that I'm in both lanes now. I could trap, I could roll.
last shot like Tim always did with the fadeaway. Say I heard you was rapping again, but I'm also singing. Thought I lost it with rapping again, but what was you drinking? Want a few that really could do them both and believe in the replacements. Want a few with a good view and believe we all done came from the basement. Say I heard you a rapper again, but I heard you was singing. Say I heard you a rapper again, but ain't you a singer? Ain't I? Say I heard you a rapper again, but what was you thinking? What was I what? Say I heard you a rapper again, but what was you drinking? What was I what? You niggas got it fucked up, nigga. Smoking too much, drinking too much. I'm top 5, nigga. I'm back on my cocky shit, nigga. Hey, yo, shout out to the sleeves, nigga. M. Beasley for life. Wipe your fucking nose, man. You heard? You know, for y'all niggas that think it's over, I'm been top 5. I'm top, I'd rather say top 3. I'm talking about shit. I'm having a conversation with niggas outside this shit. We still gonna keep this. I'm number 1, nigga. Gang. Sleeves. Wipe your fucking nose, nigga.
Hey, I got them screaming, Aya, 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 Aya. I got them screaming, Aya,
Harlem.
Aya, Aya, Aya. And we back at it again.
Bat it again.
Pick up the paper, don't count it, just throw it, watch it blow in the wind.
Blow in the wind.
Pick up the paper, don't count it, just throw it, watch it blow
Moolah.
in the wind. Pick up the paper, don't even count it, just throw it and watch it blow in the wind.
Yeah.
Got the juice, they know that I got the juice, and now she coming with gin. She bringing a friend. Remember them days when I was broken, now I'm thinking all the money I spend. It's double or nothing, cause I don't do this for nothing. Remember when the goal was to make $1 million. Now I'm on the road trying to make a killing. Mercedes Benzes and MV12 the engine. Half life is my livings and VVS is dripping. I got them screaming, Aya, 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 Aya. I got them screaming, Aya, 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 Aya. And we back at it again. Pick up the paper, don't count it, just throw it, watch it blow in the wind. Pick up the paper, don't count it, just throw it, watch it. I'm making my moms happy, making my pops happy, holding my city down, making the block happy. Heat up like lighter fluid, niggas cannot match me. Told them take shots with me and said they send shots at me. Every time they did it, niggas fired back. Life is looking milk and we inspire that. Know that. Coolest nigga in it, no denying that. Hoes on my body, but I can't trust everybody. Remember when the goal was to make $1 million. Now I'm on the road, about to make a killing. Lavish my living and VVS is dripping. Mercedes Benzes and MV12 the engines. I got them screaming, Aya, 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 Aya. I got them screaming, Aya, 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 Aya. And we back at it again. Pick up the paper, don't count it, just throw it, watch it blow in the wind. Pick up the paper, don't count it, just throw it, watch it blow in the wind.
Yo, talk to me, Leah.
Yeah.
Word. Yo, word.
Badass with an attitude. Yeah. Leah win. Uptown boogie down Bronx, bitch. Uptown. Nigga, don't forget it again. Heard all these bitches wanna fuck with me now. Nah, keep that same energy. CEO, head honcho, Empress, president. Whenever you addressing me, 2-seater skirt in my whip. Skirt, drop the top like I'm showing off my tits. Got a crazy nigga that'll pop with a clip. When they hit the target, I hopscotch on the dick. Man down, you're not about the action, you're a noun. Calm my vibes, they hate when I come back around. Make a hot head hoe simmer down, and they know it now, bitch. Number one next to you, zeros. Call me a 10. I am God's, and the next to you, weak hoes. Look at my flex, yeah. I will always be lethal. Why they so vexed? Word to me that I'm going beast mode. That's why they fret, yeah. If a bitch try to get loco, on our face, Timberland logo. Don't let up until we see rojo. Say no names, no more free promo. Shh, I said what I said. You imagine nigga all in my DMs. He know this pussy top tier. He wanna eat it and leave with me all in his beard. You don't compare, I make him bust quick. Pussy so fat, look like a tuck dick. Waist on snatch and thighs is dumb thick. Eyeliner sharp and cut a bum bitch. Shaking in their denim, cause I'm spitting words like venom. Leah got these hoes feeling paranoid, but with no delay to switch blade. Turn your face and your J's to some corduroys. Number one next to you, zeros. Call me a 10. I am God's, and the next to you, weak hoes. Look at my flex, yeah. I will always be lethal. Why they so vexed? Word to me that I'm going beast mode. That's why they fret, yeah. Number one next to you, zeros. Call me a 10. I am God's, and the next to you, weak hoes. Look at my flex, yeah. I will always be lethal. Why they so vexed? Word to me that I'm going beast mode. That's why they fret, yeah. It's Leo Win. I know they really mad now. They like really motherfucking mad, you know? Killing these hoes. They like, I know they mad at feeling up. I know they mad at singing bitches really fucking killing up. Nah, let me stop. I'm done on these niggas.
You are tuned into WEMS Radio, where we are bringing light back to the industry.
Yo, this is your girl, Cry Baby. Tune into WEMS Radio. This is Prophet Pete. Hey, yo, let's get to this Cry Baby joint.
Shark in the water, I come around. I always go harder when I touch down. That shark up in the water won't make a sound. That shark up in the water won't make a sound. What y'all want from me? My pocket's filled with money. What y'all want from me? No, y'all can't have anything. When I step up in my foreign, y'all niggas mad, cause y'all bitches is boring. But why y'all mad? My pocket's filled with money. What y'all want from me? No, y'all can't have anything. No, y'all can't have anything. I'm that shark in the water that comes around. I always go harder when I touch down. That shark up in the water won't make a sound. The shark up in the water won't make a sound. Love, sex, drugs, music, business, they can live me slowly. So what you want from me? No, you can't have anything. No, you can't have anything. I'm the shark in the water. I come around. I always go harder when I touch down. The shark up in the water won't make a sound. The shark up in the water won't make a sound. Yeah, from me, money. No, y'all can have. Y'all niggas mad.
Woke up to a couple bands. Itchy feeling running through my hands. Money hands, so I do a dance.
My man Reggie.
Woke up to a couple bands. Itchy feeling running through my hands. Money hitting, so I do a dance. Money made me hit the running man. Running. Bands made me hit the running man. Run it. Couple bands had me running, man. Woke up to a couple bands. Itchy feeling running through my hands. Money hitting, so I do a dance. Money made me hit the running man. Running. Bands made me hit the running man. Run it. Couple bands had me running, man. Big stack in my pocket. My dog's lit, no leashes. Big bands. I don't pay for no treaches. I can swipe for a couple weeks. I don't play with no pieces. Had your aunt do a couple things. Got it free from your nieces. If you mess with my cash, you can all catch a real fade. Gotta keep the money coming in. Money, get the bills paid. Money, keep my clothes fly. Money, make me look nice. Money buying all these nice chains. Chains make your girl look twice. Homie said run up a check. I get deposit residuals going down. Fuck with my pay, you a mess. I toss your ass in the river, you going down. Blowing the bag, haters get mad. Running like rickety. Check my account, 22 G's. Got me like blicky to blickety. Chasing the bag, building a stash. Doing a dash for the paper. Yellow and perp, all in the court. You would've thought it was Lakers. I need a car, house for the fam. I need a couple of things. Couple of states, out of the states. Talking the running man things. Woke up to a couple bands. Itchy feeling running through my hands. Money hitting, so I do a dance. Money made me hit the running man. Running. Bands made me hit the running man. Run it. Couple bands had me running, man. Woke up to a couple bands. Itchy feeling running through my hands. Money hitting, so I do a dance. Money made me hit the running man. Running. Bands made me hit the running man. Run it. Couple bands had me running, man. Heavy pockets got me running, man. Couldn't even keep my pants up. People say it's always going down when they never got their pants up. Money said stop resisting. For that bread, I got my hands up. Pledge allegiance to the money. In the chest and I stand up. Running man, do the running man for 100 bands with 100 plans. Got 100 grand in my left hand, no 100 grands like the candy man. Homie, I ride on the train. Never was used to a limo. Dreaming the back of the back. Shit with the curtains and pillows. I burn a couple of stacks. That's on a beautiful Cuban. Never a rash on my neck. Reeling is not an illusion. About to go buy me a burner. Reach my chain, you stupid. Times that I didn't have money. Never a win, I was losing. It was a point in my life. Both pockets only had ones. Now my bag game better now. We're from having ones to having fun. I get the bag and I split it. Mama get half, that's a must. Go from the bus to the back. Not talking the back of the bus. Woke up to a couple bands. Itchy feeling running through my hands. Money hitting, so I do a dance. Money made me hit the running man. Running. Bands made me hit the running man. Run it. Couple bands had me running, man. Woke up to a couple bands. Itchy feeling running through my hands. Money hitting, so I do a dance. Money made me hit the running man. Running. Bands made me hit the running man. Run it. Couple bands had me running, man. Had me running, man.
trench, I was knee deep. Turned around, I was waist deep. When were you gonna save me? When were you gonna save me? Turned around, I was waist deep. I ain't worried about a pussy ass hoe. I guess you know what that means. I ain't worried about a nigga either. On some out of world shit. Zimmer boo eater. Miller Jovovich a bitch if she ever think I need her. Hold the work for my right hand. Ball it up in a napkin. Throw it over by the trash can if the feds come for the crackheads. Know a nigga used to crackheads. Ain't seen them hurry out in the feds. Ohio State with the high intense. Oh, how you doing? What you trying to spend? Getting paid off the back end or up front. Make it transcend. Make it rain hot, no acid. Disappear, no magic. Ain't got no feelings, I'm plastic. Keep a monotone when he smashing. Treat his ass like a has-been. Get a rake, bring the cash in. Miller Jovovich a bitch if she ever think I need her. Why would you tell me you hard me? Miller Jovovich a bitch if she ever think I need her. Why would you tell me you hard me? Where art thou when I need thee? In the trench I was knee deep. Turned around I was waist deep. When were you gonna save me? When were you gonna save me? Turned around I was waist deep. Everybody always gonna say what the fuck they really wanna say. Build a bridge and get over it. But from under it came a troll page. Talking reckless on your main feed. Profile pic empty. Roll codes got time free, so I'm guessing that's who you gotta be. Pressing niggas like a talk button. I'm at his neck about what he owe me. Transaction with no return, that's a bad investment. He is not a homie. Cut a couple bitches off, went soft, so I wouldn't go so hard. Ain't never capping none when I'm rapping, I get revenge through bars. Ariana effortless, DMV Slayer, bitch. Everybody wanna come around when you getting it, acting like they all in love with it, when they really couldn't give a shit. Heart so cold, couldn't even crack it with a ham and an ice pick. Mila Jovovich, a bitch, if she ever think I need her.
Why would you tell me you heart me?
Mila Jovovich, a bitch, if she ever think I need her. Why would you tell me you heart me? Where art thou when I need thee? In the trench I was knee deep, turned around I was waist deep. When were you gonna save me? When were you gonna save me? Turned around I was waist deep. Mila Jovovich, a bitch, if she ever think I need her.
Why would you tell me you heart me?
Mila Jovovich, a bitch, if she ever think I need her. Mila Jovovich, a bitch, if she ever think I need her.
Why would you tell me you heart me?
Mila Jovovich, a bitch, if she ever think I need her.
Yo, we back, y'all. We back, and that was Ariella Effortless from the DMV, popping off another dope track. Yo, Miss Effortless, if you listening, yo, call in 347-422-7289. I would love to chop it up with you right now. So, I got a question for all my listeners out there, the people that are paying attention, the people that really want to talk the real, right? Is it okay for you as women not to get your man a Valentine's Day gift? Again, I'm going to pose the question, is it okay? Me personally, I feel you should at least do something for your significant other besides sex. May it be breakfast in bed, may it be a handwritten card, a poem, a nude pic, something that says, I was thinking of you, so I did this. You know, I think that's very important because people want to feel loved. People want to know that you thought of them. This cannot be a one-sided situation where it's we give, you take, and we wait. Bad news. That's how February 15th was born. And after we had so many people sign up for February 15th, we had to create another day for the miserable ones that couldn't get their shit together. So we gave them the 13th. So pre-gaming misery, the day of love, and then the leftovers. You know, it's kind of a chain reaction. We should have just had the 16th for the Galentine's Day, because it would have been better. Because, you know, they really could have had something to talk about. Because they really done missed out on Side Chick Day, Lover Day, and all that wonderful stuff, unfortunately. So, we about to hit that 7 o'clock hour, and I got some heat for y'all. But before I even drop any of that heat, I want to thank everybody that tunes in every week to Prophet Radio and reps WEMS Radio and tells their peoples about WEMS Radio. We have started from nothing and we grew to something. And for those that recognize what we do, we definitely appreciate you. That's just Prophet Pete coming to you. But at the end of the day, I still got one thing to say.
Is it better to be loved or feared?
That's a good question.
It's nice to be both, but it's very difficult. But if I had my choice, I would rather be feared.
So, fearing me is better. Love still breeds hate and enemies. But if you fear me, you'll think twice. If you love me, you'll cross me. You heard? So, that's just real talk. That's real talk. So, as we progress today, I want to speak to those that feel that where they are in life is okay. And for those of you that lack ambition, those of you that do not want to adjust and take heed to the times that we are in, you are missing out on so much. You are now a zombie. All those movies that we see out there with zombies and people just walking around, just trying to eat some brains or some nonsense like that. That's what you are right now in the sense of being a zombie because you're getting up and you're just moving with what the world dictates for you and what people tell you you should have. You should be moving in a direction that makes you happy, that takes your life to the next level. I was listening to a gentleman just the other day, another black brother, and he said most of us sit there and we strive to get that astronomical credit score, that 790, 800. But he's like, you reach for that 790, 800, 850, you get it, and then you do what with it? You still work a job, you still live paycheck to paycheck. What you could do with that 850 credit score that you got, if you just a worker, is go into a store or a car dealership and buy a new car and look cute. But all you did was put yourself in more debt and actually made somebody else a lot more money than what you could have done for yourself. And it's very unfortunate. When you have a 790, 750, 750 to 850 around there, the world is yours. I don't know if people ever paid attention to those things, other people's money, OPM. Yo, when you buy a house, do you realize that you're using other people's money? When you buy a car, you're using other people's money. When your credit score is on an up and up, damn near perfect, you're using other people's money. Do you realize that the way millionaires and billionaires move is not on their bread, it's on everybody else's money, investors' money, bankers' money. Like all those things come from situations like that. And you guys sit there and want to buy materialistic things and go shopping and be swiping and swiping. And at the end of the day, you still working a job. 750 to 850 credit score based on your average annual income. You can get a credit card, $40,000, $50,000 credit limit. Do you know that you can move money? You had three of those. You got $150,000 ready, willing, and able to make moves that nobody can without that level of credit that you have. Taking $30,000, swiping it as a down payment on a house. And you got 30 days before you get hit with interest on that credit card. But you got three credit cards with $30,000 on it. So now you're going to transfer that balance, that $30,000 to the next card where you're paying off the card that you just swiped $30,000 on. Drop that joint down to zero, put it on another card. Now you just basically moving money. You're moving money. You ain't paying out one bill yet. But you paying bills on bills with money that somebody else gave you. Now just imagine you had that 30,000, you bought that house, you put tenants in there, $15,000 to $3,000 a month. You free and clear. Your mortgage is only $600, $700, $800. You got tenants in there paying 2 racks. You actually making this money on the back end, and you ain't come out of pocket for nothing. Like, you got to open your eyes and open your ears and really educate yourself. And yeah, I said educate because I want to make sure the ignorant people out there that ain't paying attention heard what I just said. Because it's almost Friday and Christmas is motherfucking coming. And we about to get into this Ear to the Streets joint with your boy Prophet Pete and my man Mingo, who just walked in the building. So we here, y'all. So I'm gonna play some joints, and then when the Ear to the Street segment come on, we're gonna introduce some of the songs we're gonna be playing. All right, we got some new heat for y'all. So let's get it. The big one? That's mine. Oh, you want some water?
Boy, you a dog.
What's up?
Oh, cracker.
I forgot what the name is.
I cannot fuck with no scrubs.
You gotta go to the bathroom right now.
I thought that you were the one. The nights that I spent with my mind on you, think about all the things that I knew you do, damn. Cause you was different, but you had me fooled. Swear to God, dropped the ball when I trusted you. I mean, I was out here giving you my all. Seemed to always violate, but it made me strong. Had me more and never been done so wrong. Heart ripped out my chest, no, my shit ain't warm. Couldn't understand why you try to dim my light. Fought so hard, just trying to make shit right. Had me down on myself like Mo ain't tight. Mo is right, these bitches and these niggas be hype. Had to sit back and realize it wasn't my plight. Wasn't my fight, it wasn't me causing a strike. But my flesh was so hooked on becoming your wife. Drowned out my inner man and told me this wasn't life. Boy, you a dub. I cannot fuck with no scrubs. I had enough. My pockets focused enough. These hundreds I thumbed through enough. I had enough. Shit. Boy, you a dub. Shit. I had enough. I had enough. Shit. Boy, you a dub. I thought that you were the one. I thought you were the one. Boy, you a dub. I cannot fuck with no scrubs. I had enough. My pockets focused enough. These hundreds I thumbed through enough. I had enough. Shit. Boy, you a dub. Shit. I had enough. I had enough. Shit. Boy, you a dub. I thought that you were the one. It's getting deeper on that merry-go-round. My feelings was down, feeling like I'm really a clown. Mistaking this shit for love, I'ma really go drown. Taking your twos for one, give me mental breakdowns. Every time we interact, it's like you holding me back, but bigging me up to set me up and bring me right back. So confused, cause you say that we are really on track. You my biggest fan, but you send your homegirls a Mac. Hold up, wish we was friends from beginning to end. But the story fucked us over, how the fuck do we met? Scars so deep, they wounds, how the fuck do we bend? Cried so high like beans, we can't fucking content. Few good memories, when the fuck do we end? Hearts so broke like thieves, there's no coming back in. Friends to enemies, thought my world was just end. Had too much in my cup, so I picked up my pen. I thought you were the one. Boy, you a dub. I cannot fuck with no scrubs. I had enough. My pockets focused enough. These hundreds I thumbed through enough. I had enough. Shit. Boy, you a dub. Shit. I had enough. I had enough. Shit. Boy, you a dub. I thought that you were the one. I thought you were the one. Boy, you a dub. I cannot fuck with no scrubs. I had enough. My pockets focused enough. These hundreds I thumbed through enough. I had enough. Shit. Boy, you a dub. Shit. I had enough. I had enough. Shit. Boy, you a dub. I thought that you were the one. I thought you were the one. I thought you were the one. Boy, you a dub. Boy, you a dub. I thought you
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Is it better to be loved or feared?
It's a good question. It's nice to be both, but it's very difficult. But if I had my choice, I would rather be feared.
Yo, what up, y'all? We back in this mother, and it's the Ear to the Street segment. I got this new, exclusive, heard first here on WEMS Radio, Leah Wynn, Next Level. For those of you that don't know her, we played her Beast Mode on here just last week, and now we got this new level. Let's get it.
It's getting serious on this track, fam.
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. No, they can't stop me. No, they can't stop me. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. Find another like me is unlikely. Cause I know they know I'm in my season. Oh yeah. Don't know why they hate me so. I give them a reason. Yeah. Ride the beat like I ride my nigga. I'm feeling triggered. Leah win, always a winner. That's why they bitter, Got the ball in my court, underdog, bout to score. Wishing hard on my fall, but I keep they jaw on the floor. Make way, real bad girl, I stepping out the room. Only difference is I am the exception to the rules. Cocky walk, money rude. Stargaze when I appear. About to give you moonlight and show my ass in here. Only got something to prove to anyone who can one up me. But if I'm the universe, who the fuck gon' sun me? Know some Haitians with that. Put two holes in you like Google. Turn your top ramen noodle. Don't be fucking with my crew. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. No, they can't stop me. No, they can't stop me. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. Find another like me is unlikely. Cause I know they know I'm in my season. Oh yeah. Don't know why they hate me so. I give them a reason. Yeah. I am the kittens meow. That's why they all under proud. They wondering how did I switch up my style and just begin to devour. Word, I do not fuck with no lames. I do not run with no cow. Words, I'm the shit, my nigga. Better hope you shower. Succeed till they can't stand me. I done jumped through every obstacle. When these bitches see me, they be sick to they abdominal. All these niggas on me know my faithfulness is optional. Exes can't replace me cause my pussy so phenomenal. Let me slow it down for you dummy bitches. You funny bitches sucking dick for lunch. Money bitches, are you hungry bitches? Power to success first unfolds in the mind. Don't be mad at my flex. You better respect the grind, you heard? Hate me. Don't know why they hate me. Probably cause they hate me. I'll give them a reason. Yeah. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. No, they can't stop me. No, they can't stop me. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. Find another like me is unlikely. Cause I know they know I'm in my season. Don't know why they hate me so. I give them a reason.
So we ain't really back. We back now, though.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. So that was Leah Wynn.
Right.
With New Level.
I'm on a new level.
The crazy part is that she's singing and rapping on that joint.
Yeah, she killed that shit.
Yeah, she definitely
she did her thing.
It was an exclusive joint.
Yeah.
So we definitely got the exclusive. We got to play here tonight. If you look into book Leah Wynn or learn a little more about her,
right?
We got an article up on WEMS Radio.
Right.
Leah Wynn, check her out. She's a dope artist. Make sure you do what you do.
Man, that record was fire though.
Yeah,
I like shit. I like shit like that because it shows her versatility. She was versatile with it. She had the singing and her vocals was on point. Because most of the time you hear a chick singing, and she trying to rap, and her vocals don't be on point. You know what I'm saying? So her vocals was on point to the point where it blended so smoothly, and that transition from her rapping to singing was fire. I like that shit. That shit was dope.
And
I like that.
you know what? You know what I like about versatility? It's like you don't get bored during the song.
Hell no.
So
There's no way.
you're like, oh shit, and then you're like, oh okay,
Right.
and then you're like, oh wow,
Right.
and then it's like,
Right.
so I think artists really need to take that into consideration
Yeah.
when they're making something because some songs, they kind of have that flat spot,
Right.
and then there's a flat spot all the way through, and it's like they never get out of it.
Right.
So it's like, yo, how do you get out of it?
I mean, you talking about like a dead
Like,
spot?
like just for an artist in general that really doesn't know how to get out of a dead spot. Like their music always seems the same monotone flat.
Oh, you talking about, okay, so the monotonism. Honestly, man, I think that's just how some artists are. Like, and it's not even that their songs are monotone, it's their voice is monotone. So because their voice is so monotone, because the voice never changes pitch or direction or anything like that, we hear it and automatically we're like, this shit just sounds the same. And because I used to do that too. I used to be like, all this shit sounds the same. Like he just sounds the same, and it's not that. His voice, yeah. His manner, his cadence, yeah. His flow, yeah. But it's always a little tweak of something that's different. You know what I'm saying? It's always that little subtle. It's always subtle nuances that you hear in the record that you be like, oh okay. But you still like, yo, he could change the flow up a little bit. Like one person who I think is a dope artist, but to me they kind of sound monotone is East. Dave East is a dope ass artist, but most of his shit sounds the same. But that's only because that's his style too. And I feel like certain artists, once they find a style that they like, they fuck with it, they stick with it, and they perfect it.
But do you think, all right, with Dave East, right? You say he kind of sounds monotone. But I would say one thing about Dave East, like he has skills. He's very talented, right?
Of course, that nigga's a beast.
But his voice is so unique.
Man,
like he has a unique voice. So
he
it's
got
like
that raspy shit.
Yeah.
You know what it is with East too. For me, it's like East sounds like himself, but then again, if you think about it, the raspy voices, you got Meth with that same voice, right? That same type of style voice. Then you got Jada who has that raspy shit too, right? Then you got Nas who got that real low raspy baritone shit. So you got a couple of artists who've had that style, and even with Nas, when Nas rhymes, everything is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Same flow, same voice, same whatever. But it's what I like about East, not for nothing, man. East is a dope storyteller. Like Dave East storytelling skills are amazing, bro. Like, excuse me, he's from that old school era where you had to tell a story. Like it was no way that you could be an MC or a lyricist and not be able to tell a story. Like that was the name of the game. Like you had to be able to make your shit sound crazy fly. You know what I'm saying? Like so with East is dope like that. Couple of other artists. I don't really like. My thing is I don't really listen to a lot of these new artists because some of the stuff they putting out I don't necessarily like. So it ain't my cup of tea. I'm into dudes who yeah, you can have a fly beat, but does your shit have substance to it, or am I just listening to a 4-minute record of you flossing on cats? Which is cool too. It is what it is. Like everybody has their own thing, but I don't want to hear you necessarily, shitting on me because I don't have my chain ain't worth a house or my wrist ain't worth a car. You know what I'm saying? So it's different, right? You have different MCs. You're not saying that a lot of like Dave East talks about that shit too, but his shit comes from a place where it's understandable and it's relatable because the way he got it the way he got it, he telling you, you know what I'm saying? Like he was a hustling nigga, so he was getting it through hustling, right? And you know, then as when he started getting that rap money, he started talking about how he was getting rap money, and the rap money is what bought him the big shit. So you know what I'm saying? So now you relatable because now we seen your progression, we seen what you came through from jump, and then where you at now, right? Same thing with Nip. Nip, you saw his progression. You saw from when he started with the one Malcolm X chain to now he had the 5 chains on his neck. And he had that all money in piece. And you know, so we saw the progression with that. So I like artists where, you know, I could see progression in them. I like artists where, yeah, you telling me that you got it, but now, you know, how did you get it? What did you do to get it? You know what I'm saying? That story behind it, whether it's legal or illegal, the story behind it is always gonna be dope. So I just always like storytellers. You know what I'm saying? And I just figured that shit was dope when you could tell a story like that. But as far as like your voice goes, you can't change your voice. But I think that certain artists could change the way that they I think certain artists could change the way that their delivery sometimes. Like you can't deliver it the same every time.
Nah, there's gotta be one of those things, or you gotta, I guess, changing up the tempo, because I've noticed, like getting a lot of music from artists, no matter how many songs they send, like the tempo is the same.
Yeah.
So it'd be like 87,
Yeah,
92.
the BPMs.
The BPMs is always the same. So it's like, yo, how about you switch it up? You turn it up a little bit. You change the flow. Your voice is kind of
Right.
Your voice is always gonna be your voice.
Yeah, for sure.
But yo, just switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's just the little tweaks that'll make you stand out a little bit, and you gotta do it. You know, Puffy trying to change his name, right?
So what?
To Sean Love Combs.
Sean Love what?
Sean Love Combs. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. He's like legit trying to like legally change his name to Love.
That's crazy.
Like he on some new shit.
I mean, listen, man. From I don't know, man, cause Puff he did some shit at the Grammys. Let's talk about that, right? He did some shit at the Grammys that Mace had said some shit about on his IG post.
Coming at him for
the royalties from 20 years ago. And that's the thing, like you talk, and this is where people, you know, and then I was reading the comments under it, like Mook said something, Murder Mook said something about it, and a lot of people were saying stuff about it. They were saying, you know, why you always, you know, then if that's the case, then why you always with him, or why you always on stage smiling, da. And you know, yeah, Mace don't gotta go to no bad boy shows, but if you think about it, if Mace wasn't there, who would he have? Big is dead.
Yeah, he don't got no.
Right, he don't got Big. The Locks ain't fucking with him. The Locks don't do shows with Bad Boy. I don't think, at least, right?
Yeah, like I haven't seen nothing.
I don't know if Kim still does shows with him, but your biggest artist, which was Big, was murdered. Your second biggest artist, who's Mace.
And Mace was before Big. Right? If
No,
I'm not mistaken.
hell no.
No?
Hell no.
He didn't sign Mace before Big?
Fuck no.
No?
He signed Big way before Mace, son. 94. 94, son. He signed Big 94. Remember, Ready to Die.
But Mace, well, I went to high school with Mace, so
Right, so think about it. 90, you was in some when I went put it to you like this. When you was at Manhattan Center,
that
what
was
year you got
93.
there?
That was 93.
Well, big. So that mean Mace was still in school. It was Mace. It was
that was his
Cam.
last year,
It was
yeah.
Rich Parker. No, it wasn't his last year.
No. When in '93, when I got to school, he was a senior. So
Right, he graduated.
So he
now.
graduated. But I know within that time frame, like there was the cars and all that stuff that was going on. So he was rocking with him.
No,
but he probably
not
didn't get
yet.
signed yet.
Not yet. He was with COC.
Okay.
He's with Children of the Corn with Big L, Cam, Bloodshed, McGruff. Right? It was dumb niggas doing it first. And Dame was their manager.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So Mace ain't get signed till like, I want to say 96.
Okay.
Yeah, 96. Yeah, think about it. He signed Big in 94, 93, 94. Let's say 93. Craig Mack and Big. right?
1,000 degrees.
You be on your knees and you be burning baby please. Right? So you figure he signed big in he signed big in 93, but Big died in 96. And there was a void. And then Mace came out with the dun, 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 boom. You
That
know,
was the shiny
down
suit shit.
West, Red Legs TVs, all up in the hair rest. Drive with up that shit. So that shit came out 97, high school. That was my freshman year. And I think it came out in the summer of 96.
That's when I was already out of high school.
Yeah, you was
when that
done
shit
off.
dropped.
So then you had that joint. Then Harlem World came out in 97.
Okay.
So
all right. Yeah.
He signed Mace after that shit.
Okay.
But then, remember that Cam was on too, cause Cam was on Undies, which was big shit with Entertainment and all them.
Mm-hmm.
So Cam was with them cats. So yeah, man, that whole. So I say that. Word, son. Oh, let's talk about it. Tight. Let's talk about. So, All-Star Weekend this year is from February 14th to February 16th. So, ladies is getting no attention. Where's the pad?
So they're not getting no love.
Nothing.
No love.
Nothing.
So the random chicks that are at the All-Star Weekend event are the ones that gonna get it.
Right.
And the side chicks and what is it? Galentine's Day. When I heard, I'm telling you, I just found out about that shit yesterday, and I'm like, what? That is real? And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like that shit's just crazy. It's crazy, but it's a bunch of miserable women together, fucking doing what they do, and when it irks my nerves because you see it so often. One miserable bitch want a group of miserable bitches, and then they breed hate and all that shit within their circle, and now you got everybody thinking the same when you shouldn't even be thinking that way. Like it's just weird. Oh boy, that's just
nope.
No. So guess what?
Yo.
Side Chick Day has been canceled.
That shit has been postponed until next.
Well, what's next Friday's date? The Friday after Valentine's Day. What day is that? The 21st. Side Chick Day has been postponed this year.
Oh man.
To February 21st.
Yo,
hold it down.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. The NBA, they did niggas dirty this. Cause you gotta think about it, right? It's Valentine's Day. So all dudes that done messed up all crazy last year and that brain they mess up into this year, y'all gotta they gotta tighten up, right? So now that means if you one of them dudes, right? Shout out to all y'all idiots who be messing up and then y'all try to make it up one day out the year, you meatball. I hope you lucky with that one, you jerk face. But yeah. So you figure this year's NBA All-Star, and this is funny too, right? Because you figure dudes, they try to do the most on Valentine's Day. And I'm talking about flowers, roses, mad stuff, right? So now you think about it. And you look at your mans, and now let's say like you look and y'all start talking, y'all chopping it up. Hey, yo, son, when is Valentine's Day this year, son? Valentine is the 14th, yeah. Yo, son, when is the All-Star game this year? Son, the All-Star game the 14th. Yo, how I'm going to do that? I don't know. Figure it out. What, you going to look at the All-Star game on your phone?
Nah.
Man, listen.
So it's a wrap. Sorry, ladies.
Nah, it ain't like for the ladies.
No, but I want to ask a question, right? All right. So you got Valentine's Day All-Star Weekend, right?
Right.
And
yeah, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
Right. So it's like, all right, for those that do,
Right.
now, if you're with someone and you know that they a basketball fan, and Valentine's Day is falling on All-Star Weekend Day, what do you think as a woman, what do you think you should do on All-Star Weekend if Valentine's Day falls that same time? So you think you should conform and show the love with your man and travel with him and do that? Or you going to sit there and be in your bag and talking about you need to not do this because I want you to do this?
But you know what's crazy and what I'm thinking of, right? I'm just really thinking about it. Valentine's Day is that Friday the 14th, right? But the game ain't until Sunday, the 16th. But right, people go for the whole weekend. So that means, because you got to remember, they got the celebrity all-star game that Friday, right? Saturday is the festivities, the dunk contest, the skills challenge, you know. But it's still, no, matter of fact, I think they broke it up this year, so that might be on the Friday. But see, that's the thing too now. So this year, what happens? Like you said, do females want to conform because they men just talking about we going to All-Star Weekend this year, and she arguing, talking about I'm not going nowhere because Valentine's Day is on the 14th, that Friday this year, and he probably looking at her like, so it's one day out the year. Right, if you watching it too. So what happens then? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happens with that? I don't know, man. Hit me up, man. I'm on Facebook Live right now. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Let's ask some questions or whatever. But I'm trying to figure out, ladies, what do you do? Do you conform with your man? Do you let him rock this weekend because it's All-Star Weekend, or do you you know, what do y'all do?
Well, you already know what's going to happen. It's either she's going to conform or she's going to be alone. Because when it comes to, a lot of times when it comes to men in their sports, there is no compromise. Right. So, and then, you know, with Kobe not being here, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot that's very, very different.
Yeah.
And people are going to show up and show out.
Yeah.
Because of the emotions that are involved in what happened.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's going to be real different. So, I'm going to get into this next track from my homegirl out from Maryland. And it's called Baby Weight. And this is Ariella Effortless.
Ariella Effortless. The DMV slayer. He want a cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake. He want a cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake. He want a cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake. He want a lot of grown woman with a little baby weight. Spicy attitude when she hit flambe. Look at how it's moving when she walking strong shade. He want a cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake. He want a lot of grown woman with a little baby weight. Hold up, let me get my swag on. Have them confessing this ain't a Usher song. All up in my ear with a bulletin like an intercom. Trying to get me in tune with him, this ain't a sing-along. Bring a ding-along, we can get our mingle on. Just make sure you get your Chris and your Kringle on. All my niggas lucky, I keep me a couple leprechauns. Know who your pros are so you can cut the cons. Built different, Carolina kitchen, you Royal Farms. I'm finger licking, you greasy chickens get wiped off. I need to find me a scammer so I can swipe off. I need a new shape no later than next fall. He want a cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake. He want a cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake. He want a cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake. He want a lot of grown woman with a little baby weight. Spicy attitude when she hit flambe. Look at how it's moving when she walking strong shade. He want a cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake. He want a lot of grown woman with a little baby weight. Wait, let me tell you something. Spazzing out on my Jim Curry and live in color. If you can't be consistent, go ahead and lose the number. Oh, I think he blocked me last time I made him lose a rubber. You still fucking on your baby mother. Undercover lover, dick big as a motherfucker. To this own horn, and that's fine, cause I like a trucker. Get that money state to state, compensate. When I'm riding, let me tell me move my weight. Let me demonstrate how this pussy detonate. Blowing up in value is never gonna depreciate. Why you hating Zora Yazadi really appreciate? He want a cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake. He want a cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake. He want a cutie with a booty bitches. Ouija board broads be interrupting my spirit. You can never be Iana, no face and no way I'm living. I do what I want, I ain't peeping no competition. I'm full time with the grind, I'm all about mine. Trusting in the process, it's a matter of time. These niggas want a 10, but they ain't even a 5. Parkers be stuck on park, work on your drive. Learn how to maneuver when I'm throwing it back. Crack that pussy like a code, let me see you hack. Come and break mama back, you stepped on the crack. Keep me connected, little cable guy. Sierra wax.
He want a cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake. A cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake. A cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake.
A lot of grown woman with a little baby weight. Spicy attitude when she hit flambe. Look at how it's moving when she walking strong shade.
A cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake.
A lot of grown woman with a little baby weight.
Instead of going to all
Yo, we back. All right, so I just want to say something. All right, the title of that song is called Baby Weight. All right?
I don't know, but that shit was.
And
what she said, cutie with a booty thick like a milkshake?
Yo,
yeah, baby.
So it's like, you sitting there, you listening to it, and then she's like, there was just so many things. She's like, the way she throw it back, you need to catch this shit like a cough. Like, what's going on? Like, it wasn't just she was talking. Like, she had bars. Like, the metaphors and all that. Shout out to Miss Effortless. Because that song was effortless, no bars, untouched. You hit every bar that you needed to hit and make that shit a hit. I envisioned a lot of things going on to that song, Miss Effortless. And we've got to make sure we get you up here. I know there was a situation. You had some things you had to take care of, so you couldn't be here today. But real talk, we need to really chop up about your music. Because that was it. Shout out to all the independent people out there doing what they do. And I got another one for you guys. We're going to play another one. My man, Elijah Van Gogh. All right, so you already know your man Elijah Van Gogh, Street Life. The title of the song is called Street Life. Elijah Van Gogh is the artist. You already know your man about to paint this picture for you. So make sure you listening. You listening for the bars, because it's about to go down. It's about to be lit in this bitch.
Creep. Yeah. Remember them street nights under the street lights. We hustle from dusk to dawn, we really living that street life. Remember them street nights under the street lights. We in the field, down for the drill, living that street life. Remember them street nights under the street lights. We hustle from dusk to dawn, we really living that street life. Remember them street nights under the street lights. We in the field, down for the drill, living that street life. I'm from a place where shit get real and niggas don't make it out. I'm from a place where niggas get killed while they on their paper route. I've been cooking on the stove with it. Phone ring cause they nose itching. Can't be broke, had to go get it. Wasn't handed, I'm a go-getter. Niggas switching, they some whole niggas. Half a bird to a whole pigeon. Got ambition with a whole vision. Get the money and avoid prison. In the booth for the stove whipping. Mama told me to slow down. It's the way that we chose living. Remember them street nights, we was under them street lights. Cold winter, my niggas was under them street fights. On the real like your snow, nigga. If it's trouble, then we gon' clip them. Young boys, yeah, we gon' hit them, gang. Remember them street nights, we was under the street lights. Yeah. Cold winter, we was under them street fights. Damn. Remember them street nights under the street lights. We hustle from dusk to dawn, we really living that street life. Remember them street nights under the street lights. We in the field, down for the drill, living that street life. Remember them street nights
nights under the street lights. We hustle from dusk to dawn, we really living that street life. Remember them street nights under the street lights. We in the field, down for the drill, living that street life. We in the field.
Yo, my guy. When it's really, really cold. That was a Sprite plug. So what you think about that street life? What you thinking about that street life that just played?
I felt it. That shit was fire. Like it was dope. It was it felt like it's supposed to be on the radio. Like it felt like everything that's playing on the radio right now, that record slides right in it. It record slides right into rotation. It had a dope sound. The beat was mean. He spit. The chorus was catchy. So he got a winning formula right there. He got a winning formula right there. So
BPMs a lot higher than everything else that.
Yeah, those BPMs is probably like buck and change, sound like that.
135. 135. So everything else that we played earlier was like 75 to about 90. He close to double that, and it's just a change of pace. Really, it sets a mood. It sets a mood, and when you making music, you got to realize that you're setting a mood at the same time, and you got to push it, and you just got to go with it.
Yeah, but when you're making music too, you also got to realize that you're making music for yourself too.
Yeah.
So you got to like what you're putting out.
Yeah, you got to feel it yourself.
Right, because if you don't like what you're putting out, chances are 9 times out of 10 nobody else is gonna like it either, because you didn't like it. It was a forced record. You know what I'm saying? So. That's been something that's been shown time and time again too as well. If you really pay attention to what the industry does and how cats in the industry rock, like most cats, for me looking at it, most big records came from the artists fighting the label. You know what I'm saying? Like the artist would be like, nah, this is the record that I want. This is the record that, that's good. I'm telling you, it's going to pop, it's going to blow. But the record label telling you, nah, we not doing that one, or whatever the case may be. And you just stuck in between a rock and a hard place until you like, you know what? Nah, this is what we going to do. It's my record. You know what I'm saying? So at a certain point, I think you just gotta let them know, like, yo, listen, man, this is my craft, this is my record, this is what we doing, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it, not for nothing, that's what it needs to be. And I think that the way the industry is now, artists actually have that power. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. But they really need to realize that before they sign on that dotted line. Because there's certain things that once they sign, they cannot do. Like, I think one of the most memorable that, like, maybe the younger generation could relate to was when J. Cole did what he did, because they wasn't putting him out. So what did he do? He sat there and he leaked some shit, and then he had to come out with some new joint apologizing to Nas. Because he felt like he disappointed him.
That record was hard though.
Like it was.
That record was hard.
And it was one of those things where it was like, not for nothing. I know how I feel about J. Cole.
Yeah.
I don't know your personal opinion.
I love Cole.
Behind
Don't do
but,
that.
But no. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna put us in a box because we here together.
Yeah.
But it's like, everything that he's ever put out,
right?
It's classic. Real classic music.
Classic.
Like it hits in a different way. And he's like, I got this heat And yo, they got me on a shelf right now.
Right. Well, Cole is a lyricist too, right? So you figure I don't think he was on the shelf per se. I just think that that Jay was waiting for the right time. Right? Because you got to also remember, just because you feel like you ready to go, don't mean that you ready. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it too. Cole is definitely ahead of his time, right?
Definitely.
So
what was it, the 2014 album? What was that? It was titled 2014. What was it? Forest. There was another one.
Forest Hills Drive.
Forest Hill Drive, and then
that was actually it's not 2004. It was something else.
But there was something that had.
It's Forest Hills Drive. Well, that's his address, right?
Okay, yeah.
Which is dope, cause that's the house that he actually owns, and he did something real dope with that house. So he like lets women live there for like a year, to like save all their money, get on their feet, and then like they go find a house. And then he cleans it, fixes it, whatever the case may be, and he gives it to somebody else. So he lets women who's trying to get back on their feet live in that house. I think it is 2014 Forest Hill Drive. But that album right there is official too, right? And if you notice his shift, the dynamic in his shift, where he figured it out, right? And my thing is, Cole wasn't on a bad label either, though, and he doesn't have bad management. Like he got well, he's on his own label now, which is Dreamville, right? Yeah. So you figure he got his own label. He's his own artist. He's his own boss, and he's managed by Rock Nation, which is Jay and them. So I think at this point in time, Cole is just. He's having fun with it now, because I think at a certain point, for certain artists, it gets either boring, it gets stagnated, it becomes annoying, like, cause there's so many things you gotta go through, when you in the game, right? Like I'm not in the game, but eventually, I'd like to be there. You know what I'm saying? And behind the scenes, I tried the rapping thing. I was dope with it. I had a few bars and all that, but my interest was more so the beats. My interest is more so the sounds and how to, and I wanted to learn how to develop certain artists. I don't know. Maybe I could still do the shit, but at this point, like, I feel like a lot of these artists who have their own labels now and are signing these new artists that they're finding is I think that's dope, because you can actually train your artist still, almost, to say like you going back to A&R type behavior, where they would show you how to talk to radio hosts, and they would show you how to handle certain interviews with certain people. Right, so I feel like that right there within itself is something dope, and I think that for me, that's what Cole is doing with that whole Dreamville roster. That whole Dreamville roster is crazy, bro. Ari Lennox, who's a mean R&B artist, and within itself, and then you got JID and Bass. He got some real dope artists, and it's just dope. That, and it's refreshing to hear shit like that too, because it's not enough of it. Like, I miss Kendrick. Kendrick hasn't dropped nothing new in a minute, but you miss stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? J-Rock, all these other cats. I'm still rocking Jay Stone joint, Nipsey Man. So you got artists like that too that are mainstream but not mainstream, and for some reason I don't think that a lot of them get attention. Like, a lot of artists don't pay attention to them. It may be themselves as well. Like, it may be that artist as well. That artist might be an artist that a lot of these artists that came from the ground up, they morals are different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your morals are always different when you build it yourself, and you don't go searching for the deal, but the deal comes searching for you now. You know what I'm saying? Like every artist starts off searching for that dream, wanting to get that deal, right? Every artist does. But then now you basically you start figuring out and learning the game, right? You start figuring out, okay, now I could stream everything, right? So now I could stream on platforms such as Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, right? So now these streaming apps are getting hip to it. Cause remember, at first you was only paying like $7-8 for like Tidal and SoundCloud and things of that nature. Now SoundCloud is charging you like $15, $20. Right? Spotify went up on their price and they charge you like another $15. Tidal's prices stayed the same, I believe, because I've had Tidal since they came out, so I can't remember what price I pay. And then you got Apple Music. Then if you got an Android, you got Google Play. So all of these streaming platforms are charging you, and you figure, you know, these artists are figuring out now that's the wave right there. Because even if you buy a single is 99 cents. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If 100 people buy a single, you straight. You know what I'm saying? So now you figuring, all right, cool, well, let me just try to, you know, throw my shit out online right now. Let me stream it. Let's start streaming. And once that streaming thing hit, I think that that's when a lot of these artists started to get it. That's when a lot of these artists was now saying, yo, this money real. Like I could touch M's. You know what I'm saying? I could or I could touch 100,000s. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about it, to live comfortably, you know, 10 million is a great number, right? So if you could hit 10 million, you good. But if you in the upwards of like, you know, 700,000-800,000, 900,000, you know what I'm saying? Like you could still do shit with that, because it's more opportunities. If you smart and you a hustler, like for me personally, be like if I was sitting on 750,000 right now, oh, that shit better believe in another couple months to a year, that shit gonna hit $1.5 million.
Yo, I'm so much of a hustler. If I was sitting on $750, it's on and popping next week.
Yeah, yeah, son. Yeah, for sure. So you know that's that's the thing, right? You gotta. And this is why, you know, I feel that, you know, even though you're gonna be an artist and you know you got the gift for gab, you could rap, you could put your words together, you could formulate them shits to the utmost. You should still have some sort of business background, right? You should still learn, you know, music business 101. You should still learn things like that.
I think that's very key. Because, yo, there comes a point where the passion has to meet the real world. Yeah. And sometimes we get so caught up in what we feel and what we love that we forget that there's checks and balances behind this shit. And we're not really trying to pay attention to it. Right. Like the labels, when they cut a check for you or whatever's going on, they're cutting a check because they're expecting X, Y, Z, and ABC in return. Correct. So if that's not happening, you ain't getting no bread. Correct. After the first check, and then you owe and owe and owe and owe and owe, then you get shelved. Then you still putting out projects. You're not getting paid. Yeah. You mad, but you signed up for it. But if you took a business class, if you understood the way the industry worked, or you had a vague understanding, even if it was a vague understanding, vague understanding is better than no understanding. So you have something to go on. You know, I think we was educated by the Locks back in the days with Raping You Records, when they was always had those little skits. Yeah, it was those little things like that it kind of opened up your ear to what was going on.
You know what's crazy about that? If you think about those skits, those Raping You Record skits and all that shit, right? that for me, and I didn't think about it like this back then, but now you think about it, they were trying to tell us something.
They keep
that was
raping.
But yeah, but if you think about it, right, who at that point, who were they talking about?
They was talking about the majors.
But did we know that? Did we know they were talking about Puff?
No,
because for me, that's exactly who they were talking about.
Right, it was.
But we didn't know that.
Right, and it took after years later with the throwing the chairs and Yama hit Puffy with a fucking air conditioner.
Yeah, like wilding.
Like what the fuck is going? I'm gonna throw him out the window.
Yeah, they was
like,
wilding.
What's going on? What's going on?
They remember they was threatening to go up to Hot 97 and beat him up then on the Angie Martinez show. You know what I'm saying? So for me it was you know, and that was great radio back then too. Like radio was so live back then, right? Like that shit was just so. It was so intense. That's when hip hop was hip hop, and you know, in hip hop, I never felt that it needed to get violent. Like I never felt the need for violence, right?
I think that the best thing about hip hop, I swear to you, the best thing about hip hop is when they put it on wax.
Yeah.
And they sat there and they went back and forth. That was always better than it hitting the streets. That was always better because it's like, yo. This is my skills. Yo, you think you better than me? You gotta come correct. It's not no unfair advantage. Yeah. Yo, you want to do this? Let's do this.
Do it.
And we're gonna do it for everybody.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and it was just beautiful.
Bars
it was always beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? And that was that's the. I think that, you know, that's what. And but you know what? It's not a lot of beef in the industry no more. And if it is, we don't know about it. But then if it is, now all of a sudden it turns violent. With the drop of a dime, it's just violence, right? And that's not what this shit was made. That's not what this sport is about.
But with violence is an after effect of ignorance. So it's because you don't know how to deal with it. You say, "Fuck it, let's fight."
Right.
So it's like one of those things. I don't even know how to beat you right now.
Right.
Because you came for me this way, and you know what? You done put too many words on a piece of paper. I'm just gonna punch you in the face. Like, and that's what the industry has become.
Yeah, but that's the thing too, right? You figure if all I'm saying if all my shit is on wax, and I'm not disrespecting your moms, I'm not disrespecting your kids, I'm not disrespecting the mother of your child. I don't care if she's your girl, your fiance, your wife, your side piece. I'm not disrespecting her. It should be no reason why you think that you should come over here and try to get physical, B. And the only reason that I would see another cat getting physical is because he can't fuck with him lyrically.
On the balls,
you can't fuck with me lyrically, so that's why you want to try and get physical with me. You dig what I'm saying? That would be the only reason. But for me, that shit is whack too. Like, why, son? Why are we? What are we fighting for, bro?
Yeah.
Like, my nigga, this shit is straight wax. Like, straight up all day. I will, listen, man, at the end of the day, right, it's too much money in this industry for me to be fighting you over bars. You understand what I'm saying? So all these young dudes now, you know, they want to prove how tough they are. So now they getting knocked and they getting locked up and they building records. And but the crazy shit is, if you ain't had it before rap, why do it now?
Yeah.
Why now start getting locked up? Why now start getting arrested? Why now start building a record with the police? You think that shit is gonna give you street credibility? The people you knew that knew you before this shit still know you soft. They still know you bun.
Shaman tissue.
Right. So you doing all of this now for what? To prove to the masses? To prove to the hip hop fans of now that you tough? Come on, bro.
Yeah,
listen, man, that don't make no sense, man. That's not supposed to be seen either. Yeah. You know that was the thing, right? You heard about stuff back in the day, right? It wasn't until shit started getting documented that we started saying, oh, like these dudes really be wilding sometimes. Like that backstage tour, that movie right there. You seen that, Jay?
Nah.
You ain't seen Backstage?
Nah.
It was the tour with Rough Riders, Rockefeller, Murder Inc.
That shit sound crazy.
You never seen that shit?
Nah, I never.
Yo, go home and watch Backstage, bro. It's Jay, it's X, it's Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, Method Man, and Redman is on that joint. Like, yo, that's classic 90s hip hop, bro. Like, in the beginning of the movie, they wildin'. They showing all the stuff that people doing. This one chick gave head in the bathroom. They ain't show the whole thing, but the nigga sat down and she started wiping them off. Camera changes. Goes to another cutscene. Beans and Bleak is talking about how they was in the hotel room, and I think Bleak kicked some chick out of his room, and she was banging on his door. So Beanie Siegel got tired of her banging on the door, so he filled a coffee pot with hot water, threw it at her. Right? Then she started knocking on Bean's door. Bleak does the same thing with cold water. Bah! So now she wet on bone. She banging on people. They said they did it like 2 or 3 times to shorty. That's the shit you don't see, right? That's the fun part. But those are the stories that we would hear. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden everything is on camera. Everything they do, from fucking to fighting to eating, everything is on camera, bro. Everything. So it's no more like now you almost feel like you personally know this artist. Like, oh, you know, I see him on the gram every day. I could talk shit to them every day. So that's when you get the Twitter fingers or the Instagram thugs with their thumbs and all that. You know what I'm saying? So now they start talking tough because they feel like now they know you.
And
you
I think
put too much out there.
And I think that's the way the industry and the world is now.
Right.
Because in order for you, especially the people that have been popping in the industry,
right,
there's no boundary. It's
right.
When they put up their stuff, it's like, yo, it's a day in the life of me.
Right.
So it's like we hanging out together.
Right.
So people feel entitled, and they have this line that they feel they can step across. Cause it's like, yo, bro, like we ate lunch together. I wasn't physically there,
right?
But I didn't watch you eat lunch.
Right.
I watched you get a haircut. Like, we was hanging out. Like, you my peoples.
You putting
like, oh, I saw right before you went to sleep. Yo, you told me good night, my dude. So I was, like, it was like, yo, but it get crazy, like, because you don't even realize the mental state of a lot of people that are engaged and attached to you like that. Absolutely. That they create this relationship that's not even there.
And I think that's the problem too. Like, so, you know, my IG, of course, you know, I follow a lot of people. Everybody, as I believe everybody does. I follow a number of celebrities, which is dope. And then I put my little stuff up there, right? I don't post much anymore. Like, before I used to. And then, like, now it's just like you slow down on the posting, and then you slow down on the internet, because it's like at a certain point it's just way too much. Like, you don't want to put so much out there of your life where it's like now you giving people a reason to say some shit now. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like some of these celebrities, they put way too much of their business out there. It's too much. Like, I don't need to see what you did this morning when you woke up, or what you know, if you had to go pee, or if you had whatever, what you have, you know, for your breakfast. You know, keep that to yourself, man. Certain things you should just keep to yourself. You know, if you're gonna pop up on IG or you know, Facebook or Twitter or whatever social media platform that you're using, make sure it's important. Make sure that you're posting something with some type of substance behind it. Don't just post to be posting, because most of the times those are the posts that get ignored. And those are the posts that just like get really overlooked, and then you oversaturate yourself on the internet, and people get tired of you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that, you know, a lot of these artists is doing that now. A lot of these artists are posting so much at such a rapid pace, that, you know, people are getting tired of them. And you can't blame you know, you can't blame fans. You can't blame, you know, you can't blame your fan base. You know, if you do too much, you give too much. At a certain point, it just becomes like, all right, yeah, all right, cool. Another video, all right, cool, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
y'all heard that, right?
Yeah.
You heard him say it.
Yeah, man, you do
just enough.
Yeah, don't do
Maybe.
too much. Don't overdo it.
I don't know.
Nah, don't overdo it. That's the main thing.
I do think that there should be a point where you got to give someone an opportunity to miss you.
Hell yeah.
Like so that.
Hell yeah.
So that they could look forward
to you coming back.
To you coming back. So it's when you're doing way too much and it's like, damn, my nigga, like I woke up to 40 notifications of some shit and
there's nothing.
And it's a whole bunch of bullshit. Like, but yo, you already know we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, it's about to be that time.
Yeah, it's
son.
about. We only got 2 minutes left. So
nah, 2 minutes, son.
2 minutes,
yes.
is it? Yeah, it is.
We still got time.
Nah, but I know that y'all about. Oh, well, we got 3 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So, want to make sure you give out your info where people know how to find you. All right. So, what's the guy that always wear blue? What's his name?
That's Mingo.
That's Mingo from Santo Domingo.
Yeah, yo, man, y'all know what it is, man. I'll be back in about 3 to 5 minutes because you know we got that comfort zone coming up. But for now, man, it's the Prophet and Mingo show. You can catch me on Instagram, Mr. 2__ Lulu 83. If you want to be a guest on the show, man, holla at me, DM. Let's make something happen. If you know somebody who got some dope music or some dope artwork, or you know is a chef or is a whatever, man, an entrepreneur, a young businessman or whatever, a businesswoman, holla at me, man. You know, Mr. __ Lulu 83. Let's chop it up. Let's do something. And also check me out on the Comfort Zone every Wednesday from 8 to 10. And if you know, it's still the same format, but that's for the first hour. For the second hour, you know, things get a little spicy. So if you comfortable in your own zone and in your own skin and you don't got no problem talking sexual, the intensity gets a little bit tough up here, and it's very, very fun. It's always fun.
I got a screaming AI.
You know, so holla at me, man. Mr. __ Lulu 83. You know, I'll be right back in a minute. You heard?
Yo, well, you already know it's your boy, Prophet Pete, and you already know how to follow me. That's Prophet _radio _ NY. We keep it simple, we keep it light, and like I like my show, like I like my girls, nice and tight. That's just what it be like. And yo, you already know it's the Comfort Zone. In the next like 30 seconds, yo, I'm gonna take you out with Immature Thoughts, Moolah Mitch. He don't even play around. Harlem Baby. We get it popping just like this. Shout out to Crybaby. Shout out to Leah Wynn. Shout out to Ariella Effortless for submitting their music for Ears to the Streets. Yo, without you, there would be no us. We always gonna support y'all as long as you support us. But let it be known, if you stop supporting us, that shit is dead. Because it's a two-way street, and we ain't doing this one-sided shit. You heard? And, again, I'm going to let you know.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
All right, so I'm on my G shit. Yo, hold this down. We out.